For thousands of years, the wind has kept its secrets. Here, on the vast, barren plateaus of ancient Anatolia, in what is now modern-day Turkey, sand and time have buried one of humanity's greatest mysteries. We are looking at Göbekli Tepe and its sister site, Karahantepe, vast ceremonial complexes that rewrite the story of human civilization. These are not cities, not settlements, but something far more profound. Massive circular enclosures, dominated by towering T-shaped pillars, some weighing over 10 tons. They were erected by people we once called primitive. 12,000 years ago, long before the pyramids, before Stonehenge, before the first seeds were planted and agriculture was born, nomadic hunter-gatherers organized themselves to achieve the impossible. They quarried, carved, and transported these colossal stones with nothing but rudimentary tools and sheer determination. For decades, archaeologists believed these pillars were abstract, stylized human forms. We saw carvings of animals, foxes, boars, snakes, and birds of vibrant menagerie frozen in stone, telling a story we could only guess at, but we never saw a human face. Not a true, detailed portrait. We thought perhaps it was forbidden, a taboo lost to time we wear wrong. Deep within the earth at Karahantepe, a recent excavation has unearthed something that challenges everything we thought we knew. Imagine the scene, the slow, painstaking work of archaeologists, brushing away the soil of millennia. A shape begins to emerge from the side of a pillar. It's not an animal. It's a face. A human face, staring out from the darkness of 12,000 years. This isn't a simple sketch. It's a portrait of startling realism. Deep-set eyes that seem to hold an ancient knowledge, a prominent nose, and an angular, powerful jawline. The expression is stern, solemn, almost haunting. It is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, realistic human portraits ever discovered. Who was this person? A shaman, a leader, a revered ancestor. The carving is deliberate, masterful. The artist who created this wasn't just chipping at stone. They were capturing a soul. This individual was clearly important, someone whose memory they wanted to preserve for eternity. The discovery forces us to reconsider the people who built these sites. These were not just nameless, faceless groups. They were individuals with identities, with leaders, with heroes whose visages were important enough to carve into their most sacred spaces. The face was found looking outwards from a pillar in a small sealed-off chamber. Next to it, another pillar held a carving of a vulture, a bird often associated with death and the sky in ancient cultures. Was this a burial chamber? A memorial to a great leader who had passed into the next world. The placement is specific, the symbolism intentional. It feels like a message left for us to find. A message that says, we were here. We were real. Remember us. Think about the context. This wasn't a society with kings and palaces. This was a world of hunter-gatherers, people who lived in tune with the seasons and the migrations of animals. The resources and social organization required to build Karahantepe are staggering. It suggests a level of societal complexity, a shared belief system that we are only just beginning to comprehend. These weren't just temples. They were projects that may have spanned generations, binding communities together through shared work and shared ritual. Why would a nomadic people invest so much in a single, static location? The answer might lie in what these sites represented. They were likely pilgrimage centers, gathering places where different clans would meet to trade, to form alliances, and to engage in complex rituals. The animal carvings might represent different clans or spiritual beliefs. And now, the human face adds a new layer. It suggests a focus on lineage, on ancestor veneration, on the power of individual identity even in a collective society. This face gives a name, a personality, to a world that was previously anonymous. But the mysteries only deepen. Many of the enclosures of both Göbekli Tepe and Karahantepe were intentionally and meticulously buried. Imagine completing your life's work, this magnificent temple, only to cover it completely with tons of earth and stone. Why? It's one of the greatest enigmas in archaeology. Were they hiding it from outsiders? Was it a ritual act? A way of decommissioning a sacred space once its purpose was served? Or were they preserving it, tucking it away for a future time? for a future people. For us, the act of burial is as significant as the act of construction. It was a final, deliberate statement. The newly discovered chamber with the human face was also sealed. It was a time capsule, left untouched for 120 centuries. When archaeologists broke through, they were the first humans to see that face since the day it was hidden away. The dust and debris from the opening settled to reveal this powerful gaze from the distant past. It's a moment that transcends science. It's a profound connection to our most distant ancestors. It is a humbling reminder that our history is far richer and more complex than we can imagine, and the story is far from over. This discovery is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Less than 5% of Karahantepe has been excavated. What else lies buried beneath these hills? Are there more faces? More portraits of these Stone Age individuals? Are there chambers that will explain the purpose of these sites, or the reason for their deliberate burial? Each new trench, each new discovery, has the potential to rewrite history all over again. The face of Karahantepe is more than just a carving. It's a direct link to the dawn of human civilization. It bridges the immense gap of time and allows us to look, quite literally, into the eyes of our past. It challenges us to think differently about who we are and where we come from. Before settled life, before farming, our ancestors were already creating breathtaking art and monumental architecture, driven by beliefs and a social order that we are only now starting to glimpse. The team on the ground is preparing for the next season of excavation. The work schedule for 2026 promises to be the most extensive yet. They will be targeting areas around the chamber of the face, hoping to uncover more clues about the person depicted and the rituals that took place there. They will use ground-penetrating radar and other advanced technologies to map what lies beneath, choosing their targets carefully to unlock the site's biggest secrets. What were they hiding? Why did they go to such lengths to bury their most sacred creations? Was it an act of fear or an act of faith? The answers are waiting, buried under the Turkish sun. And with the next wave of excavations, we may finally be close to understanding the minds of the people who built this incredible Stone Age metropolis. The world is watching. The past is calling, and soon it may speak again. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the deep past. If you're as fascinated by these mysteries as we are, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We'll be following the 2026 excavations closely and bringing you the latest discoveries as they happen.